Well, today I'm going to talk about should you read the novel Notes from the Underground by Fyodor Dostoevsky or should you not? Let's start from point one why you should read it. Because no book has ever spoken like this. Dostoevsky doesn't introduce his narrator. He detonates him. I mean, have you ever read any novel which starts with such a punchline? It says, I am a sick man. I'm a spiteful man. I mean, no preface, no background, just a man welcoming you into the filth of his mind, that too gleefully. It's literature's first full-throated dive into the psychology of self-sabotage, and it still feels modern. Why? Because you know that. You read it to understand the parts of us that hates ourselves and enjoys it. So this touches on that perspective. And second is because it exposes the lie that humans are rational animals. That's already told or taught that we are rational and so on. The underground man mocks every philosophy that tries to explain us as predictable or logical. I mean, he laughs at equations, at reason, at utopias. For example, 2 times 2 is 4. It's not life, gentlemen. It is the beginning of death. That's what it is said. Why? Because being rational makes you boring. You know that. And humans would rather destroy themselves than be boring. This is how it is. And this book tells you something people are still afraid to admit. We often choose pain, irrationality, and humiliation because they reminds us we are free. And the third reason I would say is because it understands the bitterness you don't say aloud. The underground man is not heroic, admirable, or relatable, as it is the case most of the time, but he's honest in a way almost no one dares to be. I mean, look at this thing he says, I swear to you, gentlemen, that to be overly conscious is a sickness, a real thorough sickness. Overthinking as a disease, written in 1864, yet it describes every modern mind scrolling at 3 a.m. You read this book to see yourself in the parts of your brain you pretend don't exist. Look at how beautifully it is all expressed. And number 4 is because no one writes simulation as truthfully as Dostoevsky. And there is a scene where the narrator tries to assert himself in a tavern. It goes horribly, painfully, ridiculously. It is one of the greatest depictions of human awkwardness ever written. Imagine putting yourself in that humiliation. He describes his own pettiness with surgical cruelty. I mean, he says, I was so humiliated that I tried to smile, but my smile made me feel more humiliated than ever. How about that? Every reader feels this sting, you know? And Dostoevsky turns embarrassment into philosophy, shame into art. So that's why it is so beautifully written. And number 5 is because the book becomes unexpectedly beautiful when Lisa appears, the one who is really widely talked about. After all the bile and spite, the underground man suddenly becomes human, trembling, broken, full of yearning. He tells Lisa, I do not want your tears. I wanted serenity, devotion, your warmth. This is the secret Dostoevsky doesn't announce, but reveals. I mean, as the Lisa appears in his life, it totally turns around. All that cynicism, rage, and cruelty come from someone who desperately wants to be loved and has no idea how to accept it. So you read it because it shows how people sabotage the very tenderness they crave. And the 6th point is because it will change how you see human nature. And Notes from Underground invented the modern anti-hero long before it was fashionable, because right now you see that it is totally a revolting sort of thing. So it says we are irrational, we are contradictory, we don't want what we say we want, and we destroy ourselves to feel alive. And somewhere underneath we want connection, but fear it more than death. It happens with people, a lot of people it happens. It is the most intimate book Dostoevsky ever wrote. Not a novel, but a sort of confession, a real confession from his heart. And 7 is because no one else will talk to you like this. Narrators knows you're reading. He comments on you, he mocks you, he challenges you. So this is how it really transpires. He says, who am I writing for? I don't give a damn who reads this. But of course he does. I mean, like every writer does. He cares desperately. And this is why you read him, because he embodies the contradictions we live with. I mean, wanting to be seen while insisting we don't care. And I mean, if you want a book that flatters you, don't read this, don't read it. If you want a book that tells you the truth about yourself, you must. Because Dostoevsky doesn't offer comfort. He offers recognition, the rarest and most frightening gift in literature.